What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. And this time, we're going to be taking a look at Inside Man, directed by Spike Lee, starring Denzel Washington, Jodie Foster, and Clive Owen. Inside Man, story is very simple. Clive Owen plays a bank robber. He has hostages in the bank. Denzel Washington plays a police negotiator who has to get said hostages inside the bank and stop Clive Owen's character from doing his evil deeds. That's the skeleton of the movie. The real good stuff is exactly why Clive Owen is characters inside the bank, and that's where the movie gets really interesting. All right, so yeah, I thought Inside Man was a very, very clever, well put together movie. This is a damn good movie. Spike Lee's direction in this movie is fantastic. The suspense and the pacing of this movie is all top notch. The performances are magnetic. They suck you right in. Denzel Washington, what can you say about Denzel Washington that's not been said before? This man is a chameleon of an actor. He is so good at playing that everyman character, that likable guy who you just can't help but root for. And as usual, Denzel brings those characteristics to the character of Keith Frazier. You cannot take your eyes off Denzel Washington. He is just so damn good in this movie. I love every scene he's in. I'm glued to it. I love the interactions that he has with a lot of members of the cast. I like the relationship between him and his partner Bill Mitchell, played by Chiadwala Uffor. I buy them as being close friends and partners. I like the scenes he has with Willem Dafoe, who plays a police captain. You know, there's kind of a little bit of understated rivalry going on between the two, but there's also a mutual understanding. I like how the movie handles that. I really like the scenes between Denzel and Clive Owen's character, Dalton Russell, the criminal. They develop a very understated mutual respect through one another as the movie progresses, and they have this really good intense scene where it's like a little bit of a mini fight scene inside the bank later on in the movie, which I thought was actually pretty cool. So yeah, and speaking of Clive Russell, his performance as Dalton Russell was fantastic. The criminal, he was great. Love the scenes. Again, love the scenes he has with Denzel. But I like his character in general. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of menace to him. I mean, you don't see the character of Russell without his face mask very often. He's throughout the entire movie. He has sunglasses and a face mask, and it's just a good look. It's just this very cool look. You know, it's very intimidating type of look. It has a lot of menace to it. And I mean, if you see it, it looks kind of cheesy, but the performance that Clive Owen does, he brings a lot of menace to it that you're intimidated, that you can believe, but you can be intimidated by it. Going back to what I said, I like the stuff between him and Denzel, but I also like the scenes between Clive Owen and Jodie Foster, when Clive Owen pretty much gives his motivations for being inside this bank. So pretty much, Jodie Foster's character is that of a power broker named Madeline White, and she's contacted by this guy called Arthur Case, who owns the bank. But Arthur Case, he has something inside said bank that he does not want getting out to the public eye because it could damn him, because in his youth he did a lot of very questionable things, and he has the proof of that, it locked inside of a safe deposit box inside the bank. And that's exactly what Clive Owen's character is doing inside that bank. He wants to get that information to use for blackmail. The whole movie was never about a bank heist. It was about getting this specific thing because he has leverage in a way. I'm not going to say what it is. I think the twist before it is kind of clever to me. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But the scene between Owen and Foster is just so tense and just so really well written, and the acting between the two characters, between Foster and Clive Owen, is fantastic. I also like the scene between Foster and Denzel Washington as well. You know, they have a good on-screen chemistry with each other as well. It's really well done. Christopher Plummer as Arthur Case, I like his performance as well. He comes across as this very well-mannered, polite guy with a very shady, but when you find out he has a very shady past, you kind of can't help but hate this man for what he did. But at the same time, you still got a little bit of sympathy for him because he did try to redeem himself over the years. It's kind of a gray area with Plummer's character. On one hand, you hate him for what the evidence has against him. At the same time, you can't help but have a little bit of sympathy for him as well. It's a great performance done by a fantastic actor, Christopher Plummer. You know, it's very. And I like the on-screen chemistry he and Foster have as well. Yeah, Jodie Foster in this movie to me is the unsung hero. I thought she was fantastic as Power Broker. She was great. I just love Jodie Foster in general, and seeing her in this movie, it's an automatic A plus. Uh, so yeah, the acting in this movie can't praise it enough. The direct Spike Lee's direction, fantastic. Cinematography is really well done. Movie looks beautiful. The action scenes in this movie, for what they are, really well handled. Spike Lee is not much of an action director, but in this movie, I thought he handled those scenes fairly well. There's not a whole lot of them, but the ones that you do see, I thought they're really well handled. This movie is more about suspense and building this very intense atmosphere that you feel throughout the course of this movie. From the moment the bank gets robbed to the final resolution, you're always on the edge, and that is perfect direction for a heist thriller movie. Is to be on edge from start to finish. And Inside Man, you are on the edge from start to finish. I can't praise this movie enough for doing just that. So yeah, those are my overall basic thoughts on Inside Man without giving too much away. Overall, I thought this movie was fantastic. I like it a lot. I give it my approval of a 9 out of 10. If you've not seen this movie, go out and watch it. And if you had seen this movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.